Conservationist Aristide Kamla has made it his life goal to conserve the African manatee.
At my young age, I was not even dreaming that there was something like conservation. We had a different perception of wild animal. We were seeing it as first a source of threat, danger, and also a source of meat. You know, I remember like each time somebody will present us an animal, the first question that we'll ask is that, oh, do we eat it? I went to the university and that I take the option of ecology for my master, that I learned that there was something that like protecting animals because they could go extinct.
Well, you've just won a prestigious Whitley Award for pioneering to help save African manatees. Can you tell us more about that?
This award is going to help us to continue to do the work that we've been already doing in Cameroon, especially in this lake called Lake Ossa, a lake that is threatened by an invasive weed called Salvinia molesta. This weed is actually choking the favorite plant species of manatee called echinochlora, and it's also preventing the African manatee from breathing normally because they are mammals, they have to surface. And imagine this plant is forming a carpet on top of the surface, and not only is impacting the manatee but also the local community that has been very impacted because the plants interfere with the fishing activities. It has created an economic crisis there.
How have you managed to get rid of the Salvinia weed?
Initially, we used what we call the manual removal, where we brought together the local community to the lake, and everybody was trying to remove whatever they can, you know, with their hands. But unfortunately, Salvinia multiply very fast. They double in biomass or in quantity every 8 to 10 days. That means that if you have 1 ton of Salvinia in the lake this week, next week is going to be 2 tons. And so this is where what we call the biological control became handy. And it consists of a tiny insect called the Salvinia weevil. It's a black and tiny insect that is almost like the weevil that you will find in the beans or in maize. And although they are small, they are very powerful because as they're feeding on these plants, they are able to destroy a large surface in just a few amount of time.
And now Africa is a vast continent with many different lakes. Are there other invasive species that are endangering the animals and the communities?
This issue of invasive plant species is not only in Cameroon or in Lake Ossa, it's affecting the entire world. It's a global issue. And you have, like in Cameroon, there's another river called the Vuru River invaded by what we call the water hyacinth, and we have the similar even in the Nile River that is also being affected. So there are many water systems that are highly impacted by invasive plant species. And it's important to note that the source of these plants is the consequence of human activities. There's a lot of dams that are being constructed in Cameroon these years, and the fact that those dams they float a huge amount of forest. These also contribute to increasing the level of nutrient into the water body.